Hey friends! So today's video is actually going to be a little bit more like educational, technical of sorts. I know I mentioned recently that I wanted to do a video going more in depth about like my base process, products, you know, what I use to make my face look the way it looks in most videos. So I'm going to do actually some skincare first because I need to do that anyway before I put everything on. And actually this is probably a good kind of jumping in point to the video anyway, because when I do my makeup, I pretty much do it almost immediately after I put on my skincare, because if my skin is not like freshly cleansed, moisturized, etc., my makeup does not go on very well. I've done it before and it does not work. So we're gonna talk about some products in depth. Pretty much what I use almost every single morning is the Bioderma Sensibio H2O micellar water. I just went and bought another bottle of this. You know how I said in my last video, like, the BareMinerals is the thing I've bought more? No, micellar water. In the last 5 years, I cannot even count how many times I've purchased this micellar water particularly. I'm gonna do a full-on get ready with me and full-on tutorial with this as well, so. Okay. So I cleansed my face. Usually in the morning I just take like one cotton round. At night it takes a little more intense like cleansing, you know, but in the morning it's like a one and done kind of go, you know. And then I spritz my face with my favorite toner, and this is the Lush Aroma Water Toner. Another product that I've been using pretty consistently for like 6 years. You know a girl stands for skincare when she doesn't switch for 6 years, you know. I have added one new thing. Well, a couple new things in the last year. And then for moisturizer, I take Celestial from Lush also, usually about that much. And then I take a couple of drippy drops of the Mad Hippie antioxidant facial oil. This thing, I've been liking it.
I always spank my dough.
So I rub that all in. My hair is giving me mad witch vibes and I am here for it. I might leave it like this for Halloween. And then just a bloop of eye cream, like a little booger sized of the Saturday Skin Brighten Up. Does it not even say? It's the brightening one. It's the brightening under eye cream. It's like a kind of a gel cream. It's not too thick. I've been enjoying it. I was wary to switch from my Kiehl's avocado under eye cream because I like it so much, and it took me so long to find an eye cream that didn't like, I don't know, burn my under eyes. But I was probably just using like shitty skincare. So I've been really liking the Saturday Skin one. I've been really liking it. So now that my face is primed, other people use primer. I just use my regular ass skincare. My BareMinerals BarePro Performance Wear Liquid Foundation. Should I zoom in maybe? I don't know. Maybe. Oh god, there we go. Here's my face. I take like a pump, this is very running low, like a pump and a half, like that much product. And then I use the Spectrum B02 brush. I think it stands for base. I hope so, but it's one of these ones with the like blue and purple bristles and stuff. And I find it just like works so nicely. The one thing that I've never really like gotten behind, the one beauty trend, YouTube beauty trend that I have never ever been able to get on board with for myself is beauty sponges. One thing, the first one that came on the scene, like the first kind of splash of these like egg-shaped sponges was the Beauty Blender, which was like a $20 sponge. No thank you. No thank you. This guy, just, it's soft, it's dense, it's just like a like a regular ass rounded foundation brush. And if my skincare is sitting nicely and everything works well, everything should just look real good, you know? I don't like everything completely soaking into my skin because I find that when my skin is still a little bit like moist, everything goes on a lot easier and nicer, you know? The concealer that I use, I'm pretty much out of it. So the concealer that I use is the Cover FX Power Play concealer. Oh, and the BareMinerals shade I use is Satine. And then the Power Play shade I use is Neutral Fair 1. The fairest of them all. And then this guy has this weird, as Libby calls it, swollen applicator. I don't know. Actually, I do this. I don't fuck with these dots. Take a little line down the nose and just a little on the chin. Because I inevitably get redness on my chin. It just happens and it's inevitable. It's inevitable. Also at the same time, what I like to do, I'm counting this as base. My basics, if you will. Because I do this all at the same time. I do my brows at the same time as I do my concealer and my foundation. I do it all at the same time. And this is the, I should tell you, this is the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade Gel. So it's like the hybrid between the brow gel, which has like a shimmery, satiny finish almost, and then the pomade, which is like the super high coverage matte pomade. So this is like a gel format of that, but it's also very matte, which makes it look more natural. On me, I feel it looks more natural. I also have naturally kind of thick eyebrows, so this thing just works on me. I know a lot of people like get really overwhelmed by the amount of pigment that's in it, but I never like press it onto my skin. I always just kind of leave it hovering like right where my hairs are, because my hairs stick out a decent distance, you know. So now that everything's kind of sat in for a bit and they're kind of soaking in to my skin and dried down just a little bit, I use my finger. Okay, I find that when I've used a brush, it leaves streaks. When I use a sponge, it doesn't dry enough and it lifts up too much product. I found the best way to apply concealer is with my damn ring finger. I used to use a brush, but I don't know, maybe it was just the coverage on it and the texture of it was a little bit creamier than what I use now. So the brush worked a little bit better. Like I was using a Collection concealer. It used to be called Collection 2000 Lasting Perfection Concealer. Anybody in the UK, do they still use that? Do they still have that? That's still far and away probably my favorite concealer I've ever used. We're just having throwback week on here. Just having throwback week on my channel. Now, if I wanted to cover up these blemishes that are not as easy to see on camera, I would just use the same concealer. I haven't been lately because I honestly couldn't give a fuck if I wanted to. So I just kind of leave it because I end up putting on a decent amount of blush anyway that it just kind of all turns the color of the blemish anyway. So, you know. And another thing that I found with using my finger, my under eyes, it's a little bit easier to get things to blend in. The rest of my face, just on my cheeks and on my chin, easier to get things to blend in. But I found the biggest issue I had was getting concealer to stay on my nose and not look streaky and not look separated and not just completely come off. And my finger works better than any goddamn sponge or brush I've ever used. And you can take that to the bank, okay? Holy crap. So now I'm gonna take the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Am I out of this? What? I really hope not. Because I literally would have bought it in my Sephora order. Damn it. And this is the Real Techniques setting brush, actually. I'll take it on my nose first because then that is where the most product is distributed. And then a little bit more, I'll dip right back in, and just a little bit more under my eyes and on my chin and around my nose. Because that's where I just, like, inevitably crease, you know? So, oh boy. All right. Do I want to do my contour? I don't, well, yeah, I do my contour before everything else. I'll do my contour, okay? This is the Lunatic Cosmetic Labs contour book, the first one, for the fairest of the fair. I've been using these bronzers quite a bit lately, but I usually take a mix of these two. They look dark and scary, I know. Trust me. I just kind of start my hairline and bring it in a little bit. Take a little around my chin because I want one, not three. Sometimes you just want one chin instead of multiple. All right, so this is pretty much my base makeup done. Now is when I would go in and do my eyes and my lips and my cheeks and stuff, but these are all the products that I use pretty much every time I do my makeup. I've been testing out the Anastasia foundation and seeing how I like it. So far I like it. I need to give it a few more tries to see if it breaks me out yet, but I haven't had any issues so far, which is a good sign because I really wanted to try it and like take it home and stuff. But I have been using this BareMinerals foundation for, this is probably I can't remember if this is the second or the third bottle that I've gone through, but it's at least the second bottle. So it's been a good like couple of years at this point, and I really, really love it. And if you are somebody who has sensitive skin and maybe has tried the BareMinerals powder foundation in the past and you haven't been able to find something that works for you truly, I know that a lot of foundations that like come with SPF that aren't mineral ones break me out really bad because chemical sunscreens break me out. But because this one is a mineral-based foundation, it has a mineral-based sunscreen in it, and it's just good. Like, it's just good. The packaging is easy, it's streamlined, they don't go overboard with everything. I truly love this foundation, and I will go to bat for it if anybody tries to fight me on it. And then this concealer is dope. This is the second one. I have one that's virtually empty in my makeup bag, and I just opened up this new one. So I do really like the Cover FX concealer as well. If you've been looking for something to replace the Tarte Shape Tape, if you're still on the fence about Tarte, this one's good. It's a similar amount of product. It lasted me a similar amount of time, similar price range. It's what I'm gonna do. I need to go buy this because I'm out of it now, apparently. I only bought the small one because I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, but I have liked it, so I'll probably go buy the big one. Anything else I use in this fucking video? Oh, my brow stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I'll get into all the fun stuff in the video that I'm filming after this, which is going to be fun. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was helpful or informative to any of you who've wondered kind of what my like basic base stuff products look is, because it's not the most complicated thing, but these are the products that I use. And it's a little warm in here, which is why my chest is a little bit pink, because it's a little toasty. So I'm gonna be filming for a bit, but I hope that you like this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you did like it. Song of the day. I'll put it right here. I haven't figured it out yet. There will be a song though. Song of the day. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody, and expect a new video very, very soon. Bye!